All right, so there's nothing at all that I really care for this morning. It's pretty dead, I would say. I really don't care for anything this morning. So that being said, I'm not gonna be taking such big size since there's nothing really good. I'm just gonna wait it out, see what else pops up. So far, it's only BMRA and LTRN, but LTRN I didn't care for either. So today might be a no trade day if I'm being real. It's gonna be the first one in a while. We'll see, because every time I say that, I always take a trade. CLNN. CLNN looks similar to BMRA, but CLNN is actually gonna break its daily high here. But again, I don't really care for this one either. So BMRA doesn't look so bad as long as it can break above VWAP. So BMRA is just rejecting here. One that wasn't on watch, but that I had seen was GOSS. It was super light on volume though. When I had seen it, it was at 16,000. Now it's at 160, but it's way too light on volume for me. But this one did look pretty good, and obviously now it's taking off. I don't know. It's way too light on volume though. This definitely needs to get. It needs to hit the scans to get more volume in it. But this is the only one that I actually like. The spreads are really big on it though, about 10 cents. So if I am gonna be trading this, I have to have light shares, a small share size, and really understand where I want to get in, really understand the pattern, and look for an opportunity rather than just chase it on the level two. So that's what we're gonna try and do if we do trade this one. It's increasing volume, but it's already pretty choppy. Spreads are also pretty big. So this would have to have a really good setup for me. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so tired. It was the same as yesterday. That's something that I gotta also work on because if I'm sleepy, during my trading, it's obviously not, like I'm not gonna be in the right mindset. So I guess I gotta wake up even earlier and look at the market. I just get so tired just sitting here like watching it. So nothing else hitting the scans. GOSS, in my opinion, looks like it's the best one, but it's just way too loud on volume right here. It's already gonna break 10. So there's the break. Let's see if it can pop up and recover back to 1020. There's 14. So that's a nice bounce there. There's 19, 22 now. It's not showing that on the chart though at all. 24. It's like a 20, almost a 20-cent spread there. 10 cents now. Next 5 minute is gonna open here. I could take an entry at 1014 there for a rip higher. So that would have been a really good entry. So for that would have been a 20-cent move, over a 20-cent move. If it can break into the 40s, then it would have been a 30-cent move. All the way back down to 15 on the bid. High red volume there. TVP agents in the scans. This does not look bad. But I don't want to chase it while it's all the way up here coming to VWAP either. So if this is really that strong and it breaks above VWAP, that'd be pretty good. But I'd rather take it for a short since it's this extended already. Then again, the 10-minute MACD. That's another thing. I noticed yesterday why that stock rejected. I think it was APEN. I think it was down. The first one I traded out of the gates. I think it was down. But either way, figured out why it rejected so massively on me right at the open. It's because the 5-minute MACD was crossing. I didn't even see it. I didn't even look at the 5-minute chart. I was too focused on the 1-minute. So not looking at my charts was another problem. This one looks really, really good here for a break of 10. I'll take small size on it on this next 1-minute candle. Hopefully it doesn't break on this one. 85, 84 now. Oh no, my keys aren't working. Oh, you're joking. Wow. Oh, let's see. I would have been in there. Let's just say 84. That's kind of weird. It's gonna be so unfortunate if my keys just really don't work. I would have been losing on this trade anyways. QRTB got halted right now, going up. Still light on volume, that one. Comes down to 960. I'll try to get in again for a dip. Well, so something's wrong with my keyboard. I can't use my hotkeys, and this is like a perfect trade. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. So now, okay. So you'll let me take 400 shares, but you're not letting me take 300. So something must be wrong with my hotkeys here. Let's sell it there. I'm gonna get rid of it. Yeah, it's not letting me take 300, but it's letting me take everything else. So hold up. We're gonna turn this off real quick. There you go. Let me try and change it here. That's so weird. Why isn't it letting me take 300? The button was messing up yesterday too, and I was just casually using my stuff. Yeah, my F1 keys is straight up not working. Why is that? Why is my F1 key not working? It lights up, it's on and everything. I can't understand. Well, I guess we're stuck using 400 for now. I'll have to figure out what's going on after the stream. Either way, GOSS is not TBPH is just not doing it anyways. This one doesn't look so bad here. So this loss, we just won't count it. 4 cents of a loser plus $10 in commission. We just won't count it because it was I'm testing it. But all right, we'll go back to 400, I guess. Don't really have a choice. 5 cent spread on this one. Low on volume, underneath the million. MACD's coming to a close here. It is starting to flag. QRTEB. This one is halted going up, so we'll watch this one on resumption. Resumes in about a minute. I like how it's holding VWAP here, but I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna go look at QRTEB. This one seems to be getting the most attention because it is actually halted going up. Its daily high here yesterday was 847, and we're coming up to that level. So here's resumption. It's not easy to borrow. Let's see if it gets straight into another halt here. I'm gonna have to wait for a pullback. I'm not gonna chase it after all these green candles in a row. If it gets halted again right away, then cool, but I can't trade it until there's a proper pullback. There's 20-cent spreads there, so I gotta be very mindful of that. I'm gonna have to take 400 shares because I can't take 300 for whatever reason. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with my keyboard for real. Kind of unfortunate. It's the first time this has happened actually, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Okay, so we have one pullback candle, high red volume on it though. So I'm not excited about that. See if it breaks through 7 here. There's a break through 7, flush down a VWAP. Even if I bought that dip, I would have been buying in the 90s there for a second. So it looks like it's gonna get halted going down now. That's disgusting. Kind of annoying. Let's see if it really gets halted. If it doesn't, I'll buy in here. And it's looking like, yeah, there it is. So it's actually halted there. So that's a nasty rejection. That's not what you want to see. Oh well. GOSS, and this is the one that I really wanted to watch. Never seen this one make a move here. Again, spreads aren't the best. It's light on volume. It's pretty choppy. MACD's coming to a close here. It's not showing too much strength, so I'm kind of expecting a false break if it does break. Then again, the 5 minutes looking really healthy here. So I should really stray away from the MACD. Broke out of its pattern and it's still holding its highs here, so it doesn't look so bad. Let's say for the next 5 minutes I could probably get in. so hard on this one because the ask is just not moving. I mean the ask isn't moving like anywhere. It's the bid's dropping back and forth, but the ask is just not moving anywhere. So there's 48. So it broke its last high there as well. GOSS back at it. See if I can get it on a pullback here. It's a micro pullback. I'll buy in at 41 and I'll look for the break of this high of 50. Still holding 40. So there's 44 now. Let's see if we can get a pop to 50 and a break of 50. Possible double top up here. We'll go ahead and look at the high of 61. So it's a bit choppy. There's 50. Can we get the break of 50? Not quite. $47 by 41. All the way back down to 40. Pretty choppy. I gotta look at other time frames. MACD is starting to cross here, so it's just sideways consolidating for now. It's not rejecting massively. I'd say below 35, I'm out. Although it showed 35 on the bid, I didn't see it on the bid. There's 35. I could just cut it here and stop out. But it's still holding 35. As soon as I see a break of 35, that's kind of it. I want to see this end to green or a little higher than 42. So I had a high resumption there. It's 46 now. Can we get the break of 50? It's 54, 56. Trying to sell there at 53, I guess. I wasn't trying to sell at 53. It was really 57, but I guess it didn't really matter. So 41 to 53, not a big thing there. I was trying, like I said, I was trying to sell at 57, but now we have a rejection and we could flip short here because the next 5 minutes is going to open pretty low. I wanted to go for that 61 high break or at least double top, but it didn't look like I had the strength to do it. So that's why I sold right above 50. Just got rid of it there. So again, it hit 35 and that was going to be my stop if it broke 35, but I kept holding because it kept holding 35. And if I did sell at 35, it would have been a 6-cent loser there. So I was giving it a little bit more time, a little bit more room. If I had to catch some slippage at 30, then it would have been an 11-cent loser. Typically, I go for 15-cent losers, 10 to 15. So that would have been right in the range anyways. But I let this one run for basically more 10 cents. So it was a 12-cent winner minus 3 in commission, so 9-cent winner there. And we got to subtract this trade in the beginning as well, which I probably should have viewed what that was because now I got to do the math on it. I'm going to have to do it regardless, I guess. So GOSS, pretty choppy. I don't know, not my favorite stock, but we are agreeing on it regardless. PTZ, BMRA, this one's done. Jesus, massive rejection there. QRTEB. So it resumed, but I'm not trusting this stock right now. It's too wild of a stock, and it just chopped around so bad. If it can break above VWAP up and get halted again, that would be pretty crazy. Right now it's at 80. It's close to its halt level again. So if I can show that strength one more time, maybe it'd be interesting for another shot at the highs at least. It needs to hold above you up here, like significantly above you. I want to see it finish in the 80s, really. And there's back down to 60. Yeah, no, this one's kind of done. I mean, that it doesn't finish high on its 1 minute, but this thing needs to break higher. Like if it keeps breaking its lows here, especially 50, and it's kind of just gone. It needs to finish high, and especially if it can get halted there at 711, it's right there. If it can get halted, that'd be perfect. But the 10-minute low, it looks like it wants to break. 5 minutes already rejecting VWAP. There's 50. I'm expecting a push down to 20. There's 40 now. Can we see 30 and then 20? No, so we're seeing a small pop here on QRTEB. Very small pop, but nothing yet, nothing significant yet. There's the break. So it's too bad this one's not easy to borrow. We'll go to GOSS, see if this one's popping up again. So here we're getting another retest. I do like its next 1 minute. But let's see if this can even hold. This could be flagging here, if I'm being real. So we could get in for a short, since it's possibly just flagging. Let me make sure I'm fine on all of the time frames. So we have a big pullback already, held VWAP, and now we have a pullback to the high side here. So let's see if it breaks this high though. This is really gonna count this trade in, I guess. So we have that, and then we have a horizontal here. It'd have to break above this level again. If it can't break above that level, then I would have to get in for a short at the low here of 37. So right here, it's breaking above. Now it's looking really strong. So it's not quite a bull flag, and it had a really strong rip back up to 60, almost double top. Let's see if it can hold these levels. It's gonna reject massively. If it rejects massively, then this is for sure an opportunity for a short. So it rejected. I could get in for a short here, 41. 37 is the low of the last one. 43. It's hard to say because that 5 minute doesn't look too bad. 5 minute broke its high. And then also the 10 minute broke its high. So I'm not going to take a position on it yet. It broke trend, and now it's kind of just holding above this level, but to confirm, I would need a break below. That was a nice opportunity to get in on for a long, though, long position. Just, I was looking at it towards a short position. So what do we want to do here? We have 4 wicks in a row. Next 5 minute just opened. Still got 5 more minutes for the next 10 minute. This 10 minute still hasn't broken this last high of 61 though. We haven't touched 61 yet. Could have bought that because now it's on a trend here. It's not making lower lows. 59. Can we see 61? That would have been a nice buy here. There it is, 64. And I think we're going to reject soon. 64 to 51. Still pretty choppy. So that would have been a really nice entry here as well. Two really good entry opportunities, and I didn't take either one. It's just the spreads are what's kind of killing it for me. I'm just not. I don't want it to be like the other one, VERU, where I catch some major slippage or I just get in like really bad fills. So here's our first rejection. Broke the high, but it couldn't hold. Now it's down to 51. It's 50 now, 48, 45. The choppiness down at 1040. I'm not gonna trade this one. It's, I don't know. It's not worth trading. Too choppy. Just not it. QRTEB. This one's done as well. CLNN. This one's moving. Doesn't look so bad. So I like this high resumption here on this one. Well, I was gonna try and get in there, but I like the way it popped back up here. It broke its low, but it popped back up. But I had no room for a micro pullback there to take an entry on this one. It was a really good opportunity to get in. Not a big mover though, so I would have had to take bigger share size, I think. But I didn't want to chase it into that 1 minute rip there as it's bounced up. I didn't feel like taking that. Now it's rejecting, getting a little choppy up here. So, this is a slow day today. There's not much moving. Really, the only trade that I took seemed to be the only one that was really worth it. I missed a couple more. GOSS, that massive rejection. Oh, that was so, this one was easy to borrow. I forgot. Either way, I mean, what a nice rejection there. 1040 all the way to 990. That's 50 cents. That's what I think about sometimes. You know, it seems like the short side makes the bigger moves than the long side sometimes. Like, especially in this kind of market, I mean, it only makes sense. But it really does feel like with these massive rejections, there's a lot more opportunity for faster scalps in a short trade than there are in a long trade. because even the biggest candle here, which was at open, didn't make as big of a move as this short position here. I don't know. So 45 all the way to 90 basically, and then this one's from 1040 1046 all the way to the low here of 990. So that's about the same, I guess, but I don't know. It feels like there's a lot more opportunity on the short side when it comes to, I guess, a lot more profit potential on the short side than it does seem like on the long side, especially with the amount of choppiness that there is. It only feels like it's, I don't want to say easier, but it just seems like there's a lot more potential to make money on the short side, especially with these massive rejections. And then when it holds like this, it's even better, like, because then you have so much time to get filled, so much opportunity to get filled, compared to the long side. If you miss that quick pop, that's it. Like, that's pretty much it. But then again, we do have bounces, right? So they do reject, and then it does have a big bounce all the way back to VWAP, and then it changes, direction again or something. So hard to say, but it feels like it's more towards the downside on a lot of these stocks because of the choppiness that we're seeing. I'd like to get short right here on this one if I could. It's unfortunate it's not easy to borrow. So I would like to, because it's starting to get high red volume now. And it's getting real choppy up here with, especially like a topping tail like this. Obviously this trade wouldn't have worked out. It's double top, but then it broke right there. I'm expecting a rejection though. As we come closer to 4, I'm only expecting it to reject. I'm not expecting it to really do much. But that was a really nice pop from 70. It's just I'm not expecting it to hold. And it's getting really choppy now. Big seller at 80 there. We have another massive one at 90. These are gonna have to be quick scalps. But I'm not expecting this one to really make a rip. If it does, I mean, I'd be surprised. That'd be cool. But I'm not expecting it to rip massively. So the way it's rejected twice up here, and now it's actually rejecting in this candle turning red. Unless this candle can turn back green and still keep holding, then sure. It's just so choppy. I'm not entirely convinced that it's gonna go to 4. Just because of how choppy it is. We have 4 green candles in a row on the 5-minute. Still have 7 minutes or 6 minutes now before the next 10-minute. So we have a lot of time for this to turn red. Starting to sideways consolidate here. See if it breaks lower. There's the break. So I was one too many candles in early on a short position if I were to take it, and I would have probably stopped out once it broke this high, taking the loss on it. But a re-entry back here would have been good as well as soon as it rejected that level. So I had the right idea, just wrong timing. And again, if I got him for a re-entry, then that loss, would have been canceled out here. Where my target would be, I'd probably sell out right here at 64, or at least sell half because it's already meeting this support line here. But if we can break through this level in this next 1 minute, cool, we have room all the way to about 350, which I would probably sell at VWAP 340.55. See this 5-minute low breaks here. And if so, by how much? I probably would have got rid of it already right there because it popped. It broke the low and now it's popping back up. I probably would have just got rid of it already. SVRE keeps hitting the scans here. Ooh, we could go for SRVE above 4 after we break the 87 high. That doesn't look so bad. I would need a pullback on SRVE though. This is starting to get a little extended though, I would say, so I would need that pullback. We do have support here around 350. So maybe that can be a potential dip buy. If I could see a 2 candle pullback, that'd be awesome, but we're breaking this last high. Not by much yet. By about 2 cents it seems. A lot of resistance at 70 there. GOSS recovering. See if GOSS can come all the way back to 1040 for whatever reason, it doesn't look so bad. And we could potentially see this come all the way back to its highs. SVRE still pushing. So that last candle ended up red, which I literally just changed. I literally just changed at the wrong time, I guess, because I didn't see that. Kind of unfortunate. That would have been a nice scalp there from 70 to 76. The GOSS here does not look bad. This next 10 minutes gonna open here pretty soon. If I would love to see this above VWAP though, if we could. If this can finish high above VWAP, then it wouldn't look bad for continuation above 1030 to 1040. So a little bit of choppiness here from GOSS, hit VWAP and now it's rejecting. SVRE here. I don't know. Nothing really looks good. I'm not really interested. SVRE is popping here, but its next 5 minutes finishing low, so I'm just not interested there. CLNN, this one's kind of gone. QRTEB, Jesus, this one's so hard to type. This one is curling, but I don't care for this one either. iLag, this one got halted going down. Not sure what's going on there. BMRA, same thing. I don't care for this one. And the last one was GOSS, which isn't and hasn't hit the scans not once. So this one's kind of done for me as well. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. It's definitely a green day today. I gotta take out this profit or this loss, I mean, because we did finish green today. So I'm gonna go ahead and add all this up, or basically this is my profit. I'm gonna just completely ignore this last trade. 37.54, but we're up today, so nothing crazy. Again, my hotkey isn't working. I'm not really sure why it's not working. I gotta double check on my hotkey configuration or see what's going on there. SVRE is hitting the scans once more. That's a nice push. I mean, I did see it pop up here, but I really didn't think it was going to break this last high, so that's pretty strong here from this one. That was a pretty nice trade from its low of 63 all the way to 83 now. 85 now. That's a pretty good trade. That was a 20-cent trade, and if I took big size on it, that would have been pretty significant, but I don't know. I did like the way that it recovered. I saw it before I changed to different stocks, but I didn't care for it enough. Like, just the way it's been chopping. You have a red candle, a doji, another red candle, and then it did pop up here, but I figured it was just gonna flag and then come back down, or not even flag. It was just gonna reject. So this is a pretty significant rip from this one. Would have been a very nice trade if I ended up watching it carefully and taking it. But I don't really care. That's whatever. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. 37.54, and it's our first green day back after a 3-day losing streak. So still nothing compared to the losses that I had, but still it's something regardless. Jesus, now I kind of regret not looking at SVRE here, or SVRE. This is a pretty strong move all the way to 4. I would have got rid of it at 3.99 already. Could have waited for the break of 4, but there's a huge seller stacked at 4. By the time it breaks, like, Jesus, it's gonna be a little bit, I think. We'll see. I mean, there's 97, 98 for a second. See if we just rip right through 4. But if it does break through 4, I'm expecting a drop like right away. I'm not expecting it to rip and then, oh, it's 413, 420, and I don't think it's gonna do that. It's 3.99. It's holding 4. So there's it. I'm completely wrong, I guess. It's 413, 404, 403. Coming back down here to 4 even. So it's holding. That's good. It's holding 4, but it did have a massive spike here. It couldn't hold the highs. 4.2 now. I would just wait for the next 5 minute to get in. We'll see if we'll trade it here. I'm gonna catch the back end for sure if I do trade it. I'm not gonna trade it. That's gonna be ridiculous if I do. I should have got in back here when I first seen it, but instead I skipped it. So that's pretty much my loss there. But I was completely wrong in this 4 trade. For it to go all the way to 420. I mean, it didn't hold much, and now it's rejecting below, but it did actually rip through 4. I thought it was just gonna hit like 405 and then reject back down all the way to 390. But I mean, it kind of was right. It's just, you know, it did end up spiking to 420. How I didn't think it was gonna do it. But I wish I would have taken this trade, actually, now that I look back at it. I didn't think this was going to be that strong. So, but we did get it's our first climb, first pullback, second climb, and now our second pullback. So we could see a third climb. If not, we could just see this thing roll over, and that's kind of it. But I'm not going to be here to figure it out. So anyways, that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow.